Happy Mother's Day, and welcome to this Sunday edition of Finding My Why. Before we get started today, I'm coming to you from one of the corners in my new studio. My kids for Mother's Day helped me come and put my studio together and my new office space, but it's not quite finished, so you'll have to wait till next week for the grand tour. So I'm going to show you a quick time lapse of the cool floors that went in. This is Shaw, their vinyl planking flooring that looks like wood, and actually it went in pretty easily. Of course, I didn't do it, my son Thomas did, so I'm very grateful that he came and did that for me. Welcome back. Today's why is why I am a mom. As I started journaling about it, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this series, is so that I can get into my journal and ask about these important things in my life. But my first answer was that I always wanted to be a mom. And then I asked why again. And there's a couple of things that came up, and those are the things I want to share with you today. First of all, growing up, I was always taught that motherhood was what I should aspire to, that it was the highest and holiest calling. And I tended to be an obedient child, mostly because the times that I wasn't obedient, I wasn't very happy and things didn't go very well. So I always did better when I was obedient. And so being a mom was one of those things that I was going to do. And so that's kind of the first reason why I became a mom. In fact, I went to BYU expecting to come home with what we called our MRS degree. In fact, when I graduated with my degree, I was like, what do I do now? I'm not married. I'm a little embarrassed to say that because I very much value my education. And in fact, it's my education that led me to be in the place that I was, but I could meet my happy husband. And those of you who know me know that my husband's name is Happy. So that's kind of an inside joke around my house, as I call him my happy husband. But the other reason, and probably the biggest reason, the thing that made me want to be a mom, was because of the great example of my mother. My mom loved being a mom. At least that's what we felt. I don't remember really having a conversation with her. My sister Lisa probably did, but my mom just seemed to enjoy being a mother, and she was a great mother. I made a list. I have a list right here. There's my list, my cheat sheet, of the things that my mom let us try. She was always trying to help us find the thing that would be passionate, things we would be passionate about. So here's my list: ceramics, ballet, and then when the ballet dance teacher embarrassed me in front of the class, we tried modern dance. Horseback riding. In fact, we actually had 2 horses. Bless my mom for that. Tennis lessons, swim lessons. And in fact, I even decided I wanted to be on the swim team once. And I actually went to one meet. Anyway, I'm not a great swimmer. I should never have tried that. But she was so supportive and always let me do these crazy things and let me try the things that I wanted to do and thought I might want to do. She taught me how to sew. She taught me how to knit. Of course, I learned to knit left-handed because my mother was left-handed. So yeah, I learned how to knit left-handed, how to crochet. She taught us how to cook, how to make bread, how to can. We snapped a lot of beans and did pears and peaches and all of that stuff. She taught me to love reading, to write poetry. She let me take piano lessons for years and years and years and years and years and get up in the morning at like 5:30 and practice, which is crazy. She let us go fishing a lot with my dad and encouraged us to try everything we wanted to. We did water skiing, rock polishing. We even had a pool table. I mean, truly, my mom let us try just about everything that we were interested in. She taught me the importance of education, and she went back to school to get her nursing degree. When I was in high school, of course, I was not a very unselfish 15-year-old and kind of made that hard for her to go back to school because I really felt like she should be spending all of her time on me and my brothers and sisters. But, as I look back on it, hindsight is 20/20. And as I look back on it, I had an amazing growing up time. In my high school years, even when my mom was in school, I had beautiful dance dresses and I had wonderful birthday parties, and she really went out of her way to make sure that we had the things that we needed, and she stayed up late doing homework and worked really hard in school. Some of the things that my mom taught me, she taught me that service was important. She taught me self-reliance and then 100% reliance on the Lord, that we had to have both things in our lives. She taught me that sometimes you could yell and scream and even say a swear word or two and get back up and be a good person. My mom wasn't perfect. My dad wasn't perfect. None of us are perfect. And I saw them struggle, but I also then saw them take the weekend and go away and put it back together. And what a great example that's been, that life can be hard and we can get back up and we can keep moving forward. And even when we make poor choices, we can turn them around and make good choices with them. She taught me to follow my heart. She taught me to look for what the Spirit wants to teach me to help me make decisions, and then follow it, even if it's not a popular choice. You know, my mom went back to school and back to work when that wasn't something that was what you did. And especially sometimes she had women that were looked down on her and even told her that she was doing what she shouldn't do. And my mom was a great nurse. She served a lot of people. And you know what, after her funeral, she died 25 years ago this week. And the people that sent letters and notes whose lives she had touched, because she could go in and take a baby who had been stillborn and clean it up and take it to its mother and let that mother say goodbye, because she had done it with her own children. My mom lost 2 babies. Well, my mom had 11 pregnancies and 5 children, but 2 were old enough that she could say goodbye. And that was hard, but she had a heart as big as the world, and she would serve those around her. She taught me to work hard. She taught me to, keep yourself busy, because when you weren't busy, you got yourself in trouble. She taught me the value of friendship with other women. She taught me the value of loving your husband and supporting him in all the crazy things that he does, and then expecting that support in return. My mom taught me to be a mom. I was not blessed to have her very, very many years as a grandma. And so one of the reasons why I am a mom and still am a mom and is that I want to be the best grandma and the best mother-in-law that I know my mother would have been through all of the years. She was a great example of womanhood, strong womanhood, and just powerful motherhood. And she supported me all the time, even if my stuff was crazy. She was patient with me when I needed patience, and she kicked me right square in the butt when I needed it. And, you know, every day I have pictures of her by my bed, and I wake up and tell her good morning, because I really love her, and I tell her I love her all the time. I wished I hadn't made it so difficult for her to go back to school, and those are some regrets that I have, but I know that she's looking out for me where she is now. And now that my dad's joined her, I know they're looking out for me together. A mother's work is never done. All my kids are out of the house now, but I still feel like I'm on my knees every day praying for them and loving them. And I love the human beings that they have grown up to be. I joke with friends saying that I was grateful that I didn't kill any of my children while they were in high school, because I'm really liking them as adults and love what they bring to the world. I love what they bring to their jobs. I love what they bring to their families, those that are married. I have 3 married children and 1 not yet married. He's in the Navy. I love that he's willing to serve his country. I love my daughter that's a mom. I love watching her be a mom. And I love snuggling that little grandbaby, and I'm just excited for the years moving forward. All right. Oh, God, keep losing that clicky thingy. Okay, here we go. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.